Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to present about issues and problems in airline industry due to COVID-19 as my individual presentation. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Nurul Atika binti Mahta. I am from B82505B. For the introduction, we will see about what is coronavirus and the industry that affected due to this virus outbreak. First, what is coronavirus, which is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. CO stands for corona, VI for virus, and D for disease. It was identified in Wuhan City, Hubei Province, China, and it is said this virus is originated from bats. Second, the industry that affected due to this outbreak. Actually, it can be said that all types of the industry that affected by this outbreak. But now, I want to focus only on airline industry. For example, in airline industry in Malaysia, which are Malaysia Airlines Berhad, AirAsia Group Berhad, and Malindo Airways Sdn Berhad. Now, let's see how this industry affected. On 11 March, the Prime Minister had announced that government will implement a movement control order which started on 18 March. During this MCO, the government also has restricted all the border to avoid the foreign tourists coming into Malaysia. Due to this action, there are many flight cancellations which also had caused the performance of airline to decline sharply. The airline company also had to refund the price ticket to the passengers since there is no applicable flight, for example AirAsia. The effect to the company is experiencing zero cash flow. Some airlines such as Malindo Air Malaysia and AirAsia Group have begun to feel the vibration of the lack of cash flow. This outbreak also has caused many people to lose their job, especially the employees in the aviation industry. This has increased the unemployment rate in the airline industry. Next, we will see how this effect leads to economic downturn. When the government has restricted foreign tourists from several countries and has closed the national borders, this had given big impact to the airline industry. This is said so because Malaysia is popular with the foreign tourists since Malaysia had many cultural and beautiful places to enjoy. This airline industry have suffered huge loss that they had to lay off some of their employees. For example, AirAsia Company. AirAsia have confirmed the retrenchment of 10% of their 24,000 employees. Another example is Malindo Air Company. They launched a retrenchment exercise ranging from termination to a year's unpaid leave for 2,647 employees. Malaysia aviation industry is projected to lose 13 billion ringgit Malaysia this year as air travel continues to face travel restriction. This happened because the number of air passengers in Malaysia decreased sharply during the MCO. We can see the statistic of air passengers in Malaysia from year 2018 to 2020. It showed that the number of air passengers in 2020 has decreased sharply. Who are indirectly affected? My point is cargo. This is because cargo is one of the parts that closely to airline industry. The cost of sending cargo by air changed rapidly when passengers' flights were cancelled. Before government implemented the MCO, the air cargo went up to $20 per kilogram because the demand in shipping increased. It is the positive change to cargo since the seat on the flight were terminated and had changed to place the cargo. But after the announcement of MCO, cargo capacity has down by 35% compared to before. The shipping rate also has decreased due to the travel restriction from the government. According to Harry, mass cargo also have difficulties to manage the movement of cargo due to airport restriction. In order to overcome this problem, some steps has taken by the government to help this industry keep hang on during the pandemic. The government has taken initiatives to improve the economic growth. the Prime Minister had announced a 20 billion ringgit Malaysia Fund in economic stimulus package, which is include the airline industry. This to help the industry reduce their expenses in order to stabilize back their financial. Other than that, government also provide a temporarily 15% discount on electricity bill to those tourism sectors. Next, government also provide digital vouchers for domestic tourism of up to 100 ringgit per person for domestic flight and others for all Malaysians. The voucher is to attract customers because Malaysians are said love to travel. All this action by government is to help the industry improve their financial. For the conclusion, we can see that airline industry had to bear so much total loss due to the pandemic. But the government has taken swift action by creating several initiatives to help this industry control the loss suffered so as not to get worse. There are also some recommendations to the industry for them to apply it in order to overcome the problem. Here, I would like to give some recommendations that might helpful to airline industry. Since the aircraft is not being used, they can renovate some of the aircraft become a cafe. So, they can run some business based on this cafe. They can use old plane and repair their interior. This will attract many customers as they will definitely miss the flight and board the plane. So, the profit that they get can be used to cover other expenses such as electricity bills and so on. That's all. Thank you.